Hello, everyone. Coming up here on the Pro Wrestling Show, as you see right here, Roman Reigns, the undisputed champion, makes a return to Raw, flanked by the Bloodline. Roman Reigns trying to make a statement, and he comes on the season premiere of Raw with the Bloodline to set what their agenda is. Plus, two, speaking of factions, legendary faction, Degeneration X makes a return. DX in the building, reuniting, celebrating 25 years of chaos, destruction, and mayhem. We'll talk about that. As well as this was a night of factions, to be honest with you. Factions was that we saw the Judgment Day try to come in and grips, and Finn Balor got surprised that he didn't expect coming. The return of the OGs. We'll talk about that, as well as another person returning. The Beast Incarnate, Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar is back. What is Brock Lesnar back on Raw? What's his agenda? We'll talk about that coming up. There's a lot going on, as well as the mystery of Bray Wyatt. This was Alexa Bliss had sent to Bray. Then we get into the mystery of who is these characters, the Wyatt Six, and who they could be. We'll get to it as the Pro Wrestling Show presents the Raw Ring Report, and it starts right now. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Pro Wrestling Show presents the Raw Ring Report. I'm your host, as always, Kendrick Dix here. Glad you can join us here on the Pro Wrestling Show on this Raw edition. It was a little bit late as scheduled. We were supposed to come on at 10:20, but plans got derailed for some apparent reason that we made it, but we're here. First thing first, join in the conversation using the hashtag Pro Wrestling here on Connect. And don't forget to subscribe. Subscribe is caring. Tell a friend, call a friend, hit that subscribe button so you won't miss a thing here on the Pro Wrestling Show. Like I said, well, Raw it was. We're gonna get Raw kicked off with this legendary faction, Triple H, along with Degeneration X. Triple H, the head of creative, along with DX, Road Dogg, Shawn Michaels, and X Pac. Triple H now the head man in charge. Told DX, no, we can do this, we can do that, we can't do this. Standards and practices. I think Triple H trying to place his intervention in, but that didn't turn out to be. But Degeneration X following the rules for right now. We'll get to that. We kicked off Raw with this. Like I told you, the Bloodline on the description was the opening act. Universal Champion, Undisputed Champion, Roman Reigns, flanked by Paul Heyman, his special counsel, the WWE Undisputed Tag Team Champions, the Usos, Sami Zayn, the Honorary Uso, and Solo Sikoa, the Enforcer. Well, we know that the Bloodline did that call to attention on what they wanted to do. Bloodline making it pointing on that they want to be the ones, they are the ones. They're gonna continue on SmackDown, but they try to make a rare appearance on Raw. That's what they did. I don't know, Sami Zayn just don't fit into that group, but it is what it is. They got Sami Zayn involved some way, somehow. Sami Zayn leading the charge. Him and Riddle had a word of words. Sami Zayn, Riddle. I think Sami Zayn and Riddle will fight off one-on-one later on tonight on Raw and see how that pans out on that side of the end. We'll get to that. Also, too, Johnny Gargano took on Austin Theory in a hard-fought matchup. Gargano proving his best banner. I think Johnny Gargano is one of those pound-for-pound wrestlers that like a Jim Cornette and Vince Russo like to bash all the time. They don't never look at they look at his size, but they don't look at his wrestling ability. And that's what I look at, his wrestling ability. I don't look at size. Size don't matter no more. Now, Jim Cornette and Vince Russo may hate each other, but they might agree that they might not like Johnny Gargano. But Johnny Gargano has heart, and he one day will be the heart and soul of Raw. To be honest, Gargano making the point clear on what he did tonight on Raw and stuff. So we'll see how that's all going to play out. But Gargano defeated Austin Theory. Long fought matchup that's been talked about for a couple of weeks. Speaking of that, they had a lot of segments on Raw tonight. AJ Styles wanted to join. He thought he was going to join the Judgment Day. The Judgment Day did some damage to what happened. Rey Mysterio had his match again. Against Chad Gable, yeah. Rey Mysterio went against Chad Gable in the hard fought matchup on the season premiere. Rey won, but Rey got distracted by his son Dominic and his lady friend Rhea Ripley, who likes to brainwash him. Well, Rey got caught up in the emotions and got Dominic started beating on his dad. Dominic kept threatening his dad to attack him. Rey didn't want to do so. Dominic had no other choice. Dominic wanted to attack his father and did so. And Dominic leaving a major stain on his family's legacy by attacking his father, Rey Mysterio. Rey Mysterio has done it all in WWE and throughout all wrestling organizations such as WCW and ECW. I think Rey was proving that point, and we'll see how this is all gonna play out. Speaking of Rhea Ripley, she celebrated her birthday today. What a mean, despicable woman she is. Turning aside and putting her family and putting Rey's and Dominic's relationship crumble like that. But we'll see if Rey Mysterio ever gonna stand up to his son. Think he don't want to do it, but eventually he's gonna have to do it. It's like he's compromising himself and not doing it, but he's gonna eventually have to do it to teach Dominic a lesson, to not be around Rhea Ripley. What had happened with Rhea Ripley, what she did, play a detrimental role in that pay per view, the Screen Rules, Concerto and what's her name, Bill Phoenix to a chair. That was unfair and wrong. Well, you see right here, the reunited, the Bullet Club, the club, or what you want to call it, they reunited, and you can tell by the look of Finn Balor's face, Finn Balor like he had saw a ghost. The way he saw the club siding with AJ Styles. Yeah, AJ said he wasn't gonna be alone. AJ wasn't alone. AJ had his members of the club standing by toe to make Finn scared. I guess Finn scared of his own club members who did what he did. Well, we'll see. But the club came back. They came back and AJ was thought he was gonna put his allegiance to the Judgment Day. AJ had lots other things in mind. The club returned. The club helping out AJ. Like hopefully, I don't know. This could be a Survivor Series match. We this is likely could be Survivor Series. I don't know yet, but it's leaning towards that. The Judgment Day versus the club and a couple other members who the club pick as honorary members to take them on at Survivor Series. So in War Games, who will know? Well, speaking of that, we have a new United States champion. Seth Rollins is the new United States champion. And Seth Rollins did so in order. And what he did was Lashley. Lashley came out there, tried to defend his championship. Um, Lashley, you see right here, the U.S. Championship was online. Lashley versus Seth Rollins. Well, we thought it was gonna be a piece of cake. Seth Rollins. That's the Lashley tried to Seth Rollins said he didn't want to lose like that. Lashley came out there. Brock Lesnar came and F5 Lashley, sending Lashley to the mat. Lashley didn't see it coming. Brock Lesnar back returning back to and I don't know, is Brock a heel or what's going on? I guess we're gonna have a match. Seth Rollins capitalized with the curb stomp to get the 1, 2, 3, and now Seth Rollins is the new United States champion. He did so by doing so what he did. So Brock Lesnar, F5 and Bobby Lashley. Lashley and Lesnar might meet at Crown Jewel. I won't be shocked nor surprised at that. Them mean that Crown Jewel. Just got unfinished business. Brock Lesnar just got unfinished business for Bobby Lashley. That's what had happened. So, like I said, Seth Rollins now the new United States champion. Guess he'll still feud with Riddle. I guess Lashley will feud with Brock Lesnar going forward. So we'll see that heading off and stuff. Speaking of that, Sami Zayn went against Riddle took on Sami Zayn in a match. Riddle won. Riddle's on the roll. Riddle winning. Riddle getting that momentum going. So Riddle doing what he got to do in order to do. So we'll see how that plays out. Also, too, Elias returns next week on Raw. Elias with the beard. So we'll see what's next in store for Elias coming up. Also, too, Candice LeRae got the win over Bayley, but she got attacked from behind by both Bayley and the Damage Control. Bayley was just close of winning the Raw Women's Championship this past weekend at Extreme Rules. Couldn't get the job done. Bayley lost her opportunity. Bayley says she's going to get retribution one way or another to get back her Raw Women's Championship. The championship that was, what they say, so close of her winning, but she didn't win it. Also, too, as you see right here, Maurice and Miz having their anniversary Miz's birthday party ruined by Dexter Lumis. Dexter Lumis continued to stalk and prey on Miz. I don't know what's going on, and I don't know what Maurice and Miz's problem is. I think Miz needs to figure out what's the root of the issue is with him and Dexter Lumis and see what he has to do. Probably have to challenge him to a match down the road or something. So we'll see on how that's gonna play out. Speaking of that, Omos looking dominant as usual. Omos dominating both jobbers. MVP Prime and Omos. I think Omos might get a match against someone, I guess Braun Strowman at WrestleMania, who is the modern day true giant of WWE right now. Big Show ain't there no more, so it's always open and stuff. So we'll get to see that Omos with that. Also, too, we told you, are you ready? Yes, the return of D-Generation X. D-Generation X is back. D-Generation X celebrated 25 years. We talked about Triple H playing around with the choke chicken as being the head of creative and stuff. Triple H was telling Shawn Michaels and crew, Shawn Michaels know about something. He's running NXT. Triple H running WWE and told him, hey, keep it light. Don't keep it, Triple H kind of being a hypocrite himself showed up in D-Generation X, returned from a nostalgia moment. DX is back. DX full circle with the tank. I hope they show tribute to China. China was one of the members. Rick Rude was also a member action. Rick Rude as the enforcer. Going on with that. DX celebrate 25 years. I thought they was gonna get attacked, but that wasn't the case. D Generation X celebrate in the show. I would have liked DX would have been the second hour of the show rather than the last hour or the last hour. It really didn't make no sense to me. Hell, nostalgia group. I think what they should have done was Brock should have been it should have been Brock and Bobby. Brock Lesnar and Bobby Lashley should have been the one that would folks talk about. But since Triple H wanted to put his ego aside, he wanted to do that. But it is what it is. But I would have went with Brock and Bobby at the end of the show. But it is what it is. All right. That ends the Raw Ring report. Let's move quickly to wrestling hot topics. As former Raw commentator Jimmy Smith, which I thought he was doing a phenomenal job. Jimmy Smith was doing a fantastic job. I guess they said Jimmy Smith is out. Well, Jimmy Smith said some harsh remarks about the Universal Champion, the Undisputed Champion. He said Roman Reigns can't fight. He just look like he can fight. He's just a big muscular dude. WWE is all about visual. I guess Jimmy Smith trying to say that Roman Reigns is just a fake wrestler trying to be a wrestler, which in some instances, yeah, Roman Reigns can fight. He's a Samoan. So I don't know. He's the champion. He know how to play football, and then he's muscular. That don't mean that he's just that. And he's not all visuals all the time. He's the tribal chief for a reason. I think Jimmy Smith probably still upset and mad that he felt like what was going on, and but sometimes too, bees that way. But I think Roman Reigns is a man long. He can stand on his own. I'll say that right now. Speaking of that, the Wyatt Six, like these characters from Bray Wyatt's 5-5 Funhouse come to life. All these characters, Joe Gacy, some people are claiming that these could be the characters that could be joining Bray Wyatt soon as the Wyatt Six. I mean, this is scary and new. And then some people have speculated on what was going on with that, but we have to wait and see. We know Joe Gacy had a rabbit on his page, so who knows what that could be. But that's what they're saying right here on these things. We know that on SmackDown, Bray Wyatt will appear. What does Bray have in store? I don't know what Bray Wyatt has in store. Anything is possible. We heard that Bray could this is a picture from when Bray was released, and this is a recent photo from this past weekend when Bray returned to WWE. So Bray Wyatt has the whole world in his hands. We just don't know what it is, and we'll get a little more insight this Friday on SmackDown on what Bray Wyatt's agenda is, what it could be. Sick, twisting the minute. Speaking of that, sick, twisting the minute. Liv Morgan may have been a dark place. So Liv could be Sister Abigail. We just don't know. But Liv lost her women's championship in a way that people thought she was gonna win it, but she didn't. She won it, but her status as champion didn't do as well as many people thought. So we don't know yet. We have to wait and see on how that's gonna play out. Also, too, Tony Khan celebrates his birthday. He turns 40 years old. Well, Tony Khan turns 40 years old. Run AEW, worrying about WWE. Stop worrying about WWE. Worry about your product. Rhea Ripley turns 26 years old. So Rhea Ripley trying to figure out what's next for her. Coming up as being the man be the main ones of the Judgment Day. Probably telling Dominic what to do on her birthday. We'll see that. Also too, we told you that Matt Taven and Micah Bennett and Maria has left Impact, so we don't know where they could possibly go. Don't be shocked or surprised if they go AEW or WWE. You never know, but you never know with that. We heard rumors, we heard rumblings earlier that the Good Brothers. I want to know who be telling these folks these rumblings that they might be heading WWE and then they end up being in WWE. It's got to be an inside job. Somebody in WWE is telling them this, and they already showing up. So don't be shocked nor surprised on stuff like that. Um, this is the tweet of the day. Universal Undisputed Champion Roman Reigns said tonight we celebrate the greatest faction in WWE history. Also, DX will be in the building. I guess he was sliding DX, saying we don't know. I think to me the greatest faction would be the NWO. So how that go. Also, too, Elias returns next week on Raw. We'll get that. Why Brock Lesnar did what he did to Bobby Lashley. Is this setting up a match at Crown Jewel for them two behemoths? We'll see. There's a lot going on. Like I said, D-Generation X ended the show. So we'll end it with that. And we had the return of the club. So the club is back and they want to get their hands on the Judgment Day. With this lead to Survivor Series implications for War Games. There's a lot going on. And the Bloodline showed up on Raw. So there's a lot of factions coming on tonight. So we'll end it like that. We're going to end it with arguably the most greatest faction of all time, D-Generation X. D-Generation X coming in a tank as they normally do. So we're going to end it with DX. Thank you all for watching the Pro Wrestling Show presents the Raw Ring Report. We'll see you tomorrow night for this NXT Ring Report. See you later.